Guild Ball fans around the world, welcome to Hobbit Gaming for another Guild Ball Season 3 match report. You of course here are your Hobbit Gaming host James, and I'm joined by a very special.
Thank you, so kind.
You are a special guest, and Tom, you have been here before, haven't you?
Tom from TG Productions. Really weird me not doing the intro this time. It's like an away game for me, but yeah, 8 months it's been.
8 months.
8 months.
It's insane. 8 months since you came here to Element Games Northwest Gaming Centre to take on the Alchemist, Midas Alchemist.
I still have cold sweats in the middle of the night about that push dodge from Midas. I don't think any Butchers player has ever played so defensively.
I have to say, it's one of those games where no spoilers alert here, I thought I was going to win. I thought I was going to win.
Dominated.
It was an interesting one. Definitely go and check that out if you haven't gone and go and watch that. That was the Balrog Long Ball, Alchemist versus Butchers. But you are back from TNG Productions. You're back here in Stockport, and we're going to do something a little bit different today, aren't we?
I'm your Butchers warm up for the British Championships, aren't I? I think.
Absolutely.
I think I'm just typecast as the Fillet player now across the world, which I don't mind at all because she is bae.
She's very cool, and Tom's kindly not just here to help us film a match report, but also to do a little bit of coaching pre the Guild Ball British Championships. Well, it will be coaching because I will be taking Butcher styles, but I haven't gotten painted in time for this match report. And there are some Butchers players in Season 3 which I'm not used to at all.
You want to see how the changes affect them, don't you, really?
Absolutely, and then a little bit more about their order of activations and the combinations and like, which of course you can theorise, but in Guild Ball, until you're actually down there on the table, you've usually absolutely got no idea what's going on. So who are you going to be bringing in your Butchers team to help teach me? What are Season 3 inclusions?
Obviously we go with Fillet. Obviously we have to go with her. We've got Truffles, the mascot for the little Truffle Shuffle, which I'm sure you will come to love. We've got Veteran Ox, who is a new Season 3 player who's absolutely fantastic. We've got Meat Hook, because she's experienced a lot of changes, and Boar, because he's had a lot of changes, and Veteran Brisket we wanted to go for, just to see what she can do on the ball. And now you're going to have your hunters, aren't you?
I've got the hunters, which I've massively enjoyed using.
I've got a complex over them now. Paul hammered me on our channel, so now I just can't deal with them.
Yeah, do make sure you go and check that out, because that was a massively fun report.
Veteran Hearn is just...
I do like him. Not only is he a cool model, but he's got some shenanigans in there. And I have been enjoying using the Hunters of the Winter's Moon, but Butchers are my first love, so I will be returning some. So I'm looking forward to this as a coaching session. And we've got a couple of other things to announce. This is also a competition video. That's right, all you need to do to enter a competition to get yourself a ticket to the Guild Ball British Championships on the 12th and 13th of August, which is going to be right here in Element Games in Stockport. All you need to do is put a comment in the comment section below, and even if you're intending to go anyway and you've already bought your ticket, still get involved in the conversation because we will be able to give away one free ticket, even if that means that you get refunded the ticket that you've already been bought. All you have to do is comment on this video.
Nice things.
All you've got to do. And remember, if you're enjoying the content that we're doing here on Hotgates Gaming, you can support us via the Patreon, and the link's in the video description below. Or if you buy from Element Games anyway, there's also a code below which gives you extra store credit. And also helps out this channel as well if you click the link. So check that out. We're going to get down. We're going to show you those teams right now.
So here we have my Butchers lineup. Left to right, we've got Veteran Ox with his 2-inch melee and his 1 influence charge, really useful. Veteran Brisket for her kind of goal scoring shenanigan bonuses. Truffles, really useful, really efficient mascot. Obviously the glorious girl herself, Fillet, who, you know, can't leave home without. Her lovely bae, Meat Hook, who is super buffed for Season 3. And finally the tattooed beast on the right, Boar, who is there just to basically murder things as he does best. So a lot of speed, bit of 2-inch melee to go around, and hopefully a lot of flexibility, which is probably what I'm going to need against this Hunter's team.
Well, really looking forward to seeing these guys in action, and I've got an admission to make. I think that you are my first friend, and maybe only friend.
Is that
use the word? No, I wasn't going to leave it at that.
My first and only friend, mate.
To use the word bae.
They are. If anyone knows Fillet on our channel, she is the only bae.
So there we go. It's the Season 3 Butchers lineup for a little bit of Guild Ball British Championship training. Let's have a look at the Heralds of the Winter's Moon. And here we go, it's the Heralds of the Winter's Moon, led by Skaatha. Loving the Skaatha shenanigans that she puts in the pitch with the speed and the...
I love her blue hair.
She's cool. Yeah, that was a very, very easy technique. If any of you guys out there are subscribed, you're interested in finding out how I did that, then feel free to email me and I'm more than happy to send over a little guide of what I did with painting these guys, which aren't actually fully finished. I got these guys done up for Vengeance. We've got Snow over on the left-hand side. First, initially, I wasn't particularly sure how to use the wolf, but I have got a bit of a better idea now. I'm particularly good against those damagey teams, I have to say. See, now the bear, gotta love the bear. The bear's good. Bear's good, like the bear. Veteran Hearn, another one. If you watch the last match report, he let me down. He let me down. I snatched defeat from the jaws of victory versus Steamforge's very own Jamie Giblin.
My bogey player, that's the problem.
You know, him and his Brewers came back. It was a very close game, and it was some dodgy rolling from Veteran Hearn that kind of let me down in that game. We got Ulfa to the right there. Excuse his poor paint job. That's because I didn't intend to use him, and again, couldn't really get my head around him, but did so a little bit more versus Giblin. You can get some nice shenanigans, and of course we've got Jaker, reliable momentum farm if you need it. There we go. Those are the Heralds of the Winter's Moon. Let's see who is going to be kicking off and who's going to be receiving. Giant turn dice. It's turn 1 and let's roll.
I'm going to go for a jubba jubba jubba.
Go on, let's have a look.
Jubba jubba jubba. Oh, my dice rolling is to pull.
In the meantime, jubba jubba jubba. 4. Yeah, that was better. It was better. I will choose to receive the ball.
Okay.
Receive the ball. So Tom set his butchers up over on this left-hand flank predominantly with your veteran Brisket in the middle with veteran Ox. The veterans are holding the middle ground, but most of your hitters over on this side. And you've actually given a ball to Boar. Try and get him up the pitch.
Try and get him up the pitch to start off early, yeah. So he's got his 4-inch base move just to shuffle him over to here. He's only got 1 dice on his 6-inch kick, but we'll see if he gets it. Of course he does not. Green will be direction. It's going to go in the 2.
6 inches off the pitch.
6 inches off the pitch. What a fantastic start to my life.
So that means it's going to scatter in the middle, right?
You know, it means you can place it to anyone who you would like.
Anyone on my side?
Literally give it to someone.
Really?
Yeah.
That's great news. I'm going to come back when I made that decision. Here's our pitch after allocation of influence, and with the Hunters unexpectedly receiving the ball. This is the spread that we have. We have Cena on 2 influence. Jaker has the 1. The dog. That's not a dog, is it? It's the wolf. Need to get out of that habit. The pooch. The woof woof has 1 as well. Skaatha only got 2. We got 1 on Hearn and we got 4 on Ulfa there. Probably giving away a little bit of the plan. Let's go back over to the butchers over here, and what have we got?
Yeah, with the shame of Boar's disgraceful boot off the pitch. Meathook's got 1. Boar's got 1 just in case. Truffles has got 1. Fillet on 4, not a full stack. Brisket on 4, just in case you do get that goal you're after and bounce back. And then 1 on Ox, just to sprint up the pitch a little bit. So, hopefully they'll be a lot better at stabbing than they are at kicking the ball.
And Jake is going to start things off with the ball. He's just going to be moving to within 1 inch of the terrain there. And when he gets there, he's just going to pop up his trap 2 inches away, which I'll measure out properly in a second. And he's then going to spend his 1 to kick the ball with a kick of 2-6 to the wolf. Here we go. What does he get? And he makes it. So we get a point of momentum, which we're not going to spend. We're going to bank those, and then we'll just iron it out and put it over to the butchers.
Okay, so the piggy wig for me, it's going to spend his 1 to do a speedy truffle shuffle, sprint just to that position there, and we will go back to you, mate.
Snow, just going to move up ever so slightly into that position there, and he's then, okay. Yeah, into maybe that position there, and is going to then spend the 1 to kick the ball to Veteran Hearn. So, does he get it? No, he doesn't. He doesn't make it. So the ball is going to scatter in the. It's going to go in the 6, and it's going to go 1 inch, 4 inches. So 4 inches in the 6.
We'll go along kind of that line there, straight line.
Maybe not catastrophic. But not what we wanted. We're going to chuck that back over to the bloody butchers.
So over to Meathook, she's going to make her 6-inch base move just to that position there, and then spend her single point of influence to tool up the big man Boar, just making him look a little bit more scary with his +1 damage. And back to you, mate.
It's the turn of Veteran Hearn, who will move 1.5 inches to scoop up the ball there, and then he'll just move his remaining distance into that position, at which point he is then going to kick the ball to Skaatha. He's got a kick of 3-6. Ah!
This is the match when no kicks connect, apparently.
Terrible news. So where is it going? It's going to go in the
3, straight through her. 2 inches. So she can pick it up on the way past.
She can pick it up on the way. So we're going to pop that in position now, and we're going to carry on.
Right, so Veteran Ox is going to spend his 1 to sprint up just to be a bit of a pain for Ulfa coming the other way with his 2-inch melee range. So 7 inches just to about that position there.
It's going to be Skaatha next, who's going to be placing her fast ground. And she's going to be placing it back here behind the bear. So just in base contact, so he's benefiting from that. She's then going to Blessing of the Moon Goddess Ulfa, which is the extra dodge result. She spends that to do that extra dodge result if a character makes an attack against him. And then she's going to spend a final one to kick the ball to Ulfa. She's got a kick of 4 there and gets
Successful kick.
It's a successful kick. I'm going to use that point of momentum gained to make Ulfa dance up the pitch. We'll measure that out now and we'll come back with the butchers.
So keeping in mind the bear's now scary threat range of 11 inches, Fillet is going to move to this position here with her base 7-inch move. Just the back of her base is within 4 of Boar. She's going to spend 2 to give Boar quick foot, to give him plus 2 inches on a move, and then she's going to spend the other 2 to throw out a pone circle over to Jakar and Wolfie, the doggo, Snow. Do you get cover for character plays? AoE?
I don't know.
So we've checked, do not need -1 dice. So Jakar, we need 4+, does not hit, and Doggo
double 1.
Does hit, so that'll be 2 points of damage, sorry, 1 point of damage even, and a bleeding pup, sad to say. That is Fillet's round done.
So next up, it's Ulfa. Maybe you'd keep this until the end, maybe.
I think it's a good time to pull the trigger, yeah.
I think so as well, because stuff's going to get smashed out over there anyway. So we measured this out. We're going to spend 2 here for Ulfa to charge. So he is an inch away. He's got a 7-inch charge, remember. So he's an inch away from Veteran Ox over there. And of course, because he's not within 4 inches, he's going to get +2 tack. And of course, he's got the 4 as well. He's got the Blessing of the
Moon Goddess.
Moon Goddess is on there as well, which is represented by that token.
Some damage and a dodge, basically.
Yeah, a nice wrap would be good here. So 3s and 1.
It's not bad.
That's good, and that's cocked.
I think everything else is hit. Pretty much spot 1.
So everything hit and then 1 armour. Okay, wow. So that's actually a really
good round of attacks.
It's a really good round of attacks. That's 8 hits. So
5 long playbook.
Yeah, so we're going to have a little look and see what he's going to get. So 8 hits, which was absolutely exactly what we wanted. He's going to do a momentous double dodge and then also a momentous 2 damage on the wrap. So because he causes the damage, he's going to get +1/+2 to his kick, which is awesome. 2 points of momentum, which is also awesome. And of course, spending the Blessings of the Moon Goddess to take the double dodge to 3 inches of dodge, which takes him to this point here, which is exactly 8 inches away.
All Ox can do is just chuck a chain at his face as he runs past with his little lash out.
Absolutely.
But just saw a blur go by pretty much.
Absolutely. And I mean, it does leave you. That was very, very successful. I could have hit you again, but it doesn't matter. I did very, very well.
Where did they go for a tapping?
Oh, where'd they go up? I could do that actually, because I've not taken a where'd they go result. No. So actually, because I'm 8 inches away, I could, which I will do.
Should not coach my sister. My
opponent, should I? I love that. Thank you very much.
No worries. And then a 4-inch tap in.
As far 4 inches away as I can do.
Just to.
About there, yeah. So he's going to come in for the tap in there. So I've got the 4 there with the ball.
4 dice needing a 3+.
Spend that, and that 4 dice won't bonus time.
Screamer smashes it.
Wow. Okay, so goal there. That gains me double momentum.
Yep. So you could make a dodge, or you could.
Yeah, I'll probably spend 1 to dodge back out. But I do gain point of momentum back, and there we go. The hunters go into the lead.
So we're going to kick the ball out after the Sorry Butchers have conceded. Green for direction. It's going to go in the 6, 3 inches, which is basically just going to go over path of least resistance, Ox's head. So it'll just nestle there, but he's not going to snap the ball. You're not going to snap the ball. No. And there we go. And as you can see, Ulfa used 1 of the extra points of momentum from the Screamer to dodge back out ever so slightly. So there we go. It's going to go back over. Right, so the wonderful path you can see drawn out along here is Brisket's quick time dodge and her 1-inch sprint just to skim past and collect the ball. So that will cost her 3 influence, 2 for the quick time, 1 for the sprint, and leave her 1 as she snaps it to punt the ball selfishly and meanly down the pitch this way. So she's got a 3 dice kick. She's successful, thank God. That's the first successful kick for the Butchers. Green is direction. It's going to go in the 5, 3 inches, which is that pathway there, which does not hit the obstruction. So it'll basically go jump, dunk, just to that position there, which I will be more than happy to take. And then that is back to the bear.
So what's the bear doing here? Well, he's going to spend 1 to run, and of course he's got +2 because of the fast ground there from Skaatha, and he is just going to move up 9 inches into about that position there, which we'll measure up properly now.
Right, so we've just measured this out, just trying to stay an inch away from the trap so you don't get the nasty snare and blood. So boar, it's got +2 move for quick foot, +2 move because of the fast ground, which gives him 10 inches of sprinty sprint, with 2-inch melee. So he's just going to go to that edge there on the very point for his charge.
So remember, he is snared, but because of the quick foot, that cancelled that out. So
well, he dodges the snare because he'll dodge the 1 inch. He's got 8 attack base, which will go down to 7 because Jakar is in cover, and then 4 for the charge. So I'm
going to spend 1 to defensive stance.
5 pluses then I'm after here.
5s.
Hope for a decent roll. Not too bad, not great, but it's enough for damage. That'll be. Oh, I could take the knockdown, but I need to take damage. It'll be 2 momentous, which will go up to 3 because of the tooled up.
So you do 3 momentous damage, which we'll mark off on his card now.
Oh, I forgot about the dodge. Oh.
And the dog has got pack mentality. Pack mentality is going to come in here because you have damaged me. I'm going to make a 1-inch dodge away from you, which is awesome. Which is why I bring the dog now.
See, I give you the tapping goal, and then you throw this at me. This is disgraceful play.
I feel like Giblin.
Oh, bad.
What's the reference?
Poor play.
So here we go. I'm going to mark that off now. So for those of you that are wondering, you know, how to use the wolf, that's what the wolf's good for. That's what the wolf is good for, and I think versus damagey teams like brewers and butchers, that's probably what you do. And what I found really interesting there, because remember this is a little bit of a learning back rec, was some of the kind of the order of activations. And when I used Fillet at Vengeance a couple of years ago, she very much seemed to be kind of the last one. But
she ends and then starts the next turn, but she's changed a bit now.
Changed a little bit now. You know, that was very much about the threat of boar. Which is quite interesting. So I'm on +2 at the moment.
I'm on 1, so you're on +1 momentum?
Yes, absolutely.
+1 roll.
You get a 5. It's strong.
6.
Hot Gates Gaming 6.
First or second, sir?
I'm going to go.
The season 3 dilemma.
Yeah, it is a season 3 dilemma. I think I'm most likely to go first, but I'll just have a little think.
Okay.
Turn 2. Okay, so I've chosen to go first. I think that's the wise decision, which does of course mean in season 3 that Tom is going to get a point of momentum. So he does have the option to do the counters and the like here. And what I've decided to do, I put 2 on Jaker, nothing on the wolf this turn. Skaatha's got an awful lot on her. So you know, what's she going to be doing? Is she going to be chasing after that ball? Is she going to go and try and do a bit of a run herself? Who knows?
That goal influence is really useful, isn't it? I think,
especially in the hunters.
Yeah.
Absolutely, makes a massive difference. So I definitely think it was worth the run with Olfa before. And we've got 2 on the bear because I've learnt that really you need to put 2 on the bear. No matter what, put 2 on the bear. And then over here I also have 2 on Olfa, just in case really. Don't really think I'm going to get the opportunity to do that. But then we got the butcher response. First thing he did was down here.
1 on board, just because he's in the thick of it where he needs to be really. So that's just in case he gets knocked down or needs to slap someone.
Absolutely.
We've got 1 on Meat Hook who's still defending. I still haven't worked Meat Hook out yet, so that might be for a tooled up or just in case. Nothing on Truffle Shuffles. Great Tower of Fillet as always, just to match Skaatha's. 2 on Ox, depending on which way he wants to charge. And 2 on Brisket, just because for the charge, the Ball's Gone ability she's got, she's just out of range to sprint and then get a shot off, but it might be valuable depending on what Skaatha does next.
Absolutely, so that is our pitch setup going into turn 2, and I'm going to be starting things off with Skaatha herself. Here we go. So the first thing that she has to do is put down her fast ground, which will be going over those guys. It covers all the bases. We'll sort that out in a second. She's going to spend her first 1 to do the Blessing of the Moon Goddess, for which I don't have a token. But she's going to be doing that on Jaker, who's 4 inches away. Of course, he's going to give him the extra dodge on a playbook result, should he use an attack. And then she is going to spend 1 to generate a snowball, and spend 1 to kick that snowball to Jaker. She's got a kick of 4. Oh, sorry, that's a drop dice, that doesn't count. So can she get success? She gets success on a 4+.
Screamer, again, your kicking game today is on point.
You say that, but the first 2 kicks... It went all over the place.
I'm making excuses early.
You sound like a football commentator there.
I do.
And immediately going to be using that momentum to dodge Jaker into base contact with...
Just in front of him, do you want him to be? Just basically there?
Base contact, yeah, and still within 4 inches of the dog, which I think is quite important. So there we go. Going to do that. She's then going to spend 1, which will be the goal influence 1 there, to sprint, and we'll be sprinting in this direction. Now, of course, she's in the fast ground, she gets +2 inches, so normally when she sprints, she's got a run of 7, but she's got 9 here, and she's going to be running up into about that position there, which we'll mark out, which was 8 inches. For me now to chuck out, if we do it further up, to chuck out her cold snap on the 2 guys over there, which we'll do now. So here she finishes, throwing out her cold snap, and Brisket is forced hit.
Oh, she's no longer pretty after she got shanked in the neck.
Smashes it. So we'll do the results of that.
Point of damage, is it, as well?
I believe that there is damage in the cold snap, and the cold snap damage is 1 damage and the snared condition.
Yeah.
And then in your 3s,
also takes the point of damage.
Takes a point of damage and snared from there. And there we go. That will end Skaatha's activation. Just probably doing a little bit more for the team there, as opposed to anything else. Back over
right,
to
so the struggle here is whether to pull Brisket back, because the bear's within charge range, whether to pull Brisket back and quick time Ox back, but then that kind of sends me back for a turn, and you're not really needing to progress with the ball there. Doggo is causing issues with his dodge. So my aim is to clear my snare with my 1 momentum that I've got off Ox, charge into the veteran Hern, and hopefully get off a momentous whirling chains, and that will basically drag the bear in, drag Hern in, and then essentially set things up for Fillet with a nice meaty pain circle. So up to my 7-inch charge, we've pre-measured it, so for 1 influence, Ox is going to charge just to that position there, because he's a vindictive male. He's got 7 tack base, +4 for the charge. Hern is 3s and 1. So we need a decent roll here. And the 1, that's
not too bad.
6 hits, which is comfortably enough for the momentous whirling chains. So that will generate me a point of momentum, and it will drag in everybody within 4 inches of veteran Ox, just tucked in, so directly towards the bear is just going to get dragged.
It's a base contact
into snuggy space there.
Yep.
No damage done. What Ox will then do is he will take a swing at veteran Hern. So he's got his base attack of 3, 4, 7, -1 because of crowding, so he goes to 6.
You don't get crowding because of...
I have to put up
that's
crowding.
The rowdy,
Yeah. So 3s and 1.
Yep. So
3 hits.
Yep, just 3 hits that time.
Which will be enough for the momentous 2 damage.
So momentous 2 damage, which does allow Hern to do a little dodge away, which he'll look to do now. And you got how many momentum from that?
2 from that.
2 momentum. So back over to the hunters. Next up, we're going to go with Cena, and he's going to start off with his roar. He's going to push veteran Ox 2 inches away, directly back into that position there. So we should still be 2 inches away. Do it properly. Oh, sorry, buddy. There we go. So using that.
Keeping him within 2 of Hern.
And keeping him within 2 of Hern, of course. But yeah, he's within 2 of Hern. And then I'm going to spend 1 influence to hit, and of course get the extra dice for Hern here. Okay. So we're rolling, and we're hoping for a good roll here.
3s and 1.
3s and 1. That's a very good roll. So 1 comes off for the armour, and we have got 6 hits, which is
more than that 1 push that you needed.
It's absolutely awesome. Yeah, it is a lot more. 6 hits. So 6 hits, I could do 4 damage and a single push. But you get something if
I get a lash out. Yeah. So if you hurt me, I'd slap you back. But you've got tough hide.
Yeah. So I actually think what I will do is if I did a momentous 2 damage and a knockdown.
Okay.
I think that makes sense. And a momentous 2 damage, I get a point of momentum for that. And that will also free me up to charge, right?
Yeah.
So I'll work that out now. And now that veteran Ox is knocked down in the middle of the pitch, that's going to free Cena up to do his free Furious Bear charge. And I'm going to be going, easily got enough distance. 2 away there, charging.
I'll spend 1 for a defensive stance just to bring her back up to a normal defense.
Absolutely. So it's going to be 4s to hit you.
4s and 1.
So I've got 7 dice plus the 4 for charging. 1, 2, 3, 4 there.
All of the pain train.
So 4s and 1.
Oh.
And it's not a fantastic roll, actually.
It's not bad though. Still a fair bit of pain.
There's still a fair bit in there, and then also 1 off for the armour as well. So that's 4 hits. I'll work out what I'm doing, and we'll come back. So I could have taken the 3 damage, which go up to 4 with snared, but I want the momentum. Momentum's looking like it might be reasonably tough to generate this turn. So I've taken momentous 2 damage, which goes up to 3 because of snared, and I'm going to hit you again. And of course, now because you are snared, I only need 3s, and there's 1 armour, correct?
Yes.
Here we go. So I see a good roll, and 2 come off there, and then 1 more there.
Another 4.
It's another 4, and that's going to be another momentous 2 damage up to 3.
Which leaves her on 6 HP.
So she's on 6 HP there, and I'll put that momentum in the pile, chuck it back over to the butcher.
So Brisket's feeling a little bit poorly at the moment. She's going to spend her 2 for a quick time dodge just to this position here. Now the predicament with the hunters is whether to heal the HP damage or to heal the snare, because, you know, they can really ramp up the damage. But if the bear gets hold of her again, she's probably dead. So just thinking about Ulfa, I am going to heal her. No, do you know what? I'm going to heal the snare. I'm going to take a risk. Heal the snare. And then that means I've got a 6-inch move to play with. And Brisket is quite simply just going to walk over to this point here where she can snug in cover.
Into cover, so there we go. That's the butchers. Back over to the hunters. So next up, it's going to be Snow the Wolf, who is just going to move ever so slightly back there, making sure he's still within support range of Jacob. Throwing it back to the butchers.
So Truffles is up next. He's just going to move his little truffly shuffle just so he's 4 inches away from the trap, but so 1 inch away from the trap, but 4-inch move back
outside of
it, not triggering it yet.
Good stuff.
Back to you, mate.
Next up is Veteran Hearn, and Veteran Hearn is just going to be moving back into that position there, 4 inches away from the wolf.
Okay, so Meat Hook is going to spend her 1 to tool up Fillet, and then she's just going to make her base 6-inch move just so she can perch on the edge of this lovely fast ground. Here, over to you.
Jacob's going to go next. Maybe a solution. He's going to be hitting out. I'll talk you through my thought process here. It was maybe thinking of actually just getting out and dodge with him. He's got the Blessing of the Moon Goddess on him, so he gets an extra dodge to his results. He's got dodges on everything, double dodges on loads, push dodges, all over the place.
He's doing his job holding up boar, isn't he?
He's doing his job holding up boar, and to run him away would prevent that job, and I spent a reasonable amount making that happen. So I need to think about that. But I was mainly doing that for the early game, really, and I might still do something here to limit the effect of boar, since your game plan seems to be revolving around him a reasonable amount.
I've just got really fond of him. I used to hate him, but now he's just good fun.
I'm going to hit you. You're 3s to hit now, aren't you?
3s and 1.
3s
and 0. Sorry.
3s and 0.
I wish he was.
When did he get that armour? Okay, so so I've got 7 dice here. I'm tax 7. Tax 6 even.
We're just changing the stats on the fly here, aren't we? There we go.
Both of us, we're all over it.
3s and 0.
So 3's no. Good job.
All hit.
All hit, which is wonderful news.
This is a good strike.
Wow, because that's a full playbook. Which, you know. Oh, now I'm in an interesting situation. I'll come back in a second. So what I've chosen to do is the non-momentous 2 damage here that has also got the gut and string, which is -4/-4 move and -1 defense. So maybe it will help me out here. And remember, I also get a 1-inch dodge because of the
blessings.
The blessing of the Moon Goddess. So I'll dodge an inch away into that position there, and then we are going to hit you again. Let me just check Blessing of the Moon Goddess. Next time, yeah, it's just the next time.
So I'm down to 2's old school ball now. The momentum farm that he was.
Absolutely.
Because I'm gut and strong.
You are gut and strong.
Being gut and strong.
You are
gutted and strunged.
You are gutted and strunged. Okay, so here we go. So needing 2's. Just 1 miss.
No, 5. There you go, 5.
That's 5 hits. So what I'll do with 5 hits is the momentous 2 damage with the push dodge, which I'll do now, and then he will take a nice jolly walk quite far away.
Move and a dodge at the end, isn't he?
Absolutely. So I'll measure that out now and show you when we're done. So Jake, he's not even taking his back to the shadows. He had loads of movement there. He could have pretty much gone anywhere. In fact, 2 seconds. Trash that. We're relocating. So his walk goes from 7 to 9 inches, and then he gets his back to the shadows. So I'm actually placing him all the way back over here. Getting away from what's going on there. Now we can do this in one shot because Boar is up next, right?
Yeah, he's feeling very sorry for himself, so he's just going to sprint a mighty 2 inches, hobbling along with his gut and stronginess, and that is him done.
There we go. And that means it goes over to Alpha, which is last hunter activation, and why not? He'll spend 1 to where they go, and then 1 to walk the rest of the distance that he needs to be, which is about there, and that will end the hunter's activations.
So, problem is here, if Fillet charges Hearn, he can dodge away, or I've got to knock him down. It's a waste of influence. You're on 4 momentum. Can't quite reach the bear. Everything is sadness and everything is darkness. So, basically, you've got to go and fetch the ball, and you're going to have not many people to bounce off in your first activation, if you so choose to go first. So, Fillet is going to spend 1 to sprint her 9 inches just to this position here. Just so that if you do get that second goal, she's got the retaliation ready to go. And then she's going to spend 2, she's wasting 3 influence, I can hear the YouTube comments now crying, to chuck a pain circle basically in the middle there to hit these 2. So, she needs a 5+ to hit Skaatha. Yes, she does, which will be 2 points of damage because they're tooled up, and the bleed. And for Chikar, needs a 4. She hits as well, which will be 2 points of damage and the bleed condition there. And she can't really do anything else with her arms because it's only once per turn. The quick foot wasn't really that useful, so do you want to go straight to the roll off, good sir? It is possible for me to get something here.
Okay, let's have a little look.
So you're on +4.
You're +4.
Oh, never mind. Best I could do is draw.
I get it.
So first or second?
I'll be going first. Turn 3. So, allocation of influence, put 2 on Cena down here, 3 on Alpha. We've also got 4 on Skaatha, 3 on Jaker, nothing on Veteran Hearn, and nothing on Snow either. And then in the meantime...
I feel this is like really bad coaching of how the butchers work, because there's nothing on Meet Your Hook, just because I still don't know what to do with her half the time. Boar's on 1, nothing on Truffle Baby, 3 on Ox, 4 on Fillet, 4 on Brisket, so hopefully going for the potential reply goal and clogging up the middle of the pitch is the plan.
There we go. So it's going to start off with turn 3, activation number 1 with the Hunters. So here we go. The bear is going to go first, and we're going to pop him where that lovely Art of War Studios momentum token is, which does engage, Skaatha, does engage Fillet, and also I'm charging, of course, with my free charge.
I'll take my Scooty Bum defensive stance. I don't know how he's just kind of like on his back, curled up into the fetal position. Yeah,
he looks like he's in potentially a bad way. So I've got 7 dice, +4 for charging, and you would be 2s to hit, but you're now 3s to hit because of your defensive stance. Yep.
Yeah, and the 1 point of armour.
And the 1 point of armour.
All hits apart from 1.
All hit apart from 1,
good.
1 armour.
This is hefty. It's a wrap?
There's definitely a wrap, so we'll work out exactly what I'm doing, and we'll come back. So of course we've got the momentous bear hug, which is 4 momentous damage, and also the bleed condition is on there as well. And we did an extra 2 damage, momentous 2 damage. So he's down to 8 health, and I'm going to buy another attack on him, which of course attack 7, needing 2s this time.
And single point of armour.
He's got the single point of armour, and I'm going to spend a point of momentum to bonus time this. So 2s, 1 armour. So we get 1/1, and then 1 comes off as well, which is another 7.
Full playbook.
Which is full playbook and a wrap. Okay, so with that, I'm going to do another momentous bear hug.
Another 4.
Another 4 damage, and I got 2 on the wrap. So I'm going to do. What are you down to?
4 HP.
You're down to 4 HP, so I'll do a. Can you choose to do like a momentous knockdown if you're already knocked down, or no? So I'll do a momentous 1 inch. No, I will not. Yes, I will. I'll do a momentous 1 inch push.
Okay.
And then I'll buy my next attack. So that gave me 2 extra points of momentum, one of which I'll spend straight away to bonus time this final roll with his last hit, needing 2s, armor 1. Oh no! So we got 3 misses that time.
1 for armor.
And 1 for armor. So we got 4 hits in total.
He lives.
He does live.
Barely.
Oh, barely. I hate it. So with that, you've got how much health left?
4.
4 health left. I'm going to do a momentous 2 damage. Momentous 2 damage to get my momentum back.
All the lash outs are pretty much ignored by the tough hide, we think, so that's why the bear's not taking damage back, in case anyone's wondering.
Absolutely, so there we go, that's the end of Cena. Over to the butcher.
Right, so we're already at that stage of the match where I'm thinking about like modesty preservation, so I'm going to charge the mascot with the ball, the biggest killing machine in like the game. He's going to charge just to that position there, so just outside of an inch, for free. 8 attack plus 4 for the charge. What am I hitting the pooch? Can the pooch make its dodge on itself? Is it another model, is it? For his pack mentality?
No, I don't. It's another model, when another friendly guild model.
Good, I don't want him dodging away from himself. So I'm hitting him on
4s. 4s, yep. No armor.
And Boar barely hit anything.
Oh my goodness.
My dice rolling, traditionally poor, living up to its standard. That is a lot of misses.
That was pretty awful.
3 hits will be the momentous 2 damage. Bang.
So 2 damage, which means that he is now down to 3.
Berserk.
Berserk triggers. And you get 3 hits.
How much is he on? 3?
3 left.
I'll take momentous 2 again.
Momentous 2, so he's down to 1.
Spend my 1 to attack.
My other attack. And same again.
Momentous, yeah. Momentous death, basically. How many? Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I can't do anything else. That'll be the momentous 3 damage.
Momentous 3 damage, which kills the dog, which
takes him
absolutely
4 momentum.
So you get 4 momentum. The dog goes, which means you've got 1 VP.
And I think mighty 1 VP.
Sorry, that sounded really.
What? I mean,
I was rumming it in.
And I'll probably have to spend 2 to bolster Ox back up. I'm wary of Jakar coming in on the charge, so yeah, I'm going to spend 2 on my momentum to heal Ox the 4,
which takes him up to 6
HP, which will push him up to 6, which I don't think is going to do a great deal, but what it'll do is kind of force your activation order potentially. So back to you, mate.
Okie dokie. So a few different options there for the hunters. Looking, Skaatha can do her thing. I could get Vet Herning, engaging various bits and pieces, but I might miss out on the opportunity if I don't do this now. So I think this is what I'm going to do. First of all, I'll spend a point of momentum just to heal Jaker. So he's back up to 10. And then he's going to spend 2 influence to charge in on Veteran Ox on the floor, like so. So of course I am tack 6.
I'll take my defensive stance to my momentum, just because you've got your anatomical precision, so it'll make me 3s for this.
Absolutely. So I get extra 4 dice for charging, but I also get an extra 1 for the bear for the crowding out. So 3s, no armor here. Want a really good result. It's not too bad. Okay, so we get 7, which is enough to wrap, which is wonderful news. So I'm going to do a momentous 4 damage. And I'm also going to do a momentous 1 damage with a 1-inch dodge.
Drops him down to 3 HP.
3 HP? No, he's on 6, isn't he?
I was on 8.
Oh, did you heal?
Yeah.
He's on 8, so he's down to 3 now. Oh, okay, no worries at all. So I've done 5 damage on him there, so because he healed and he was on 1. What was he left on before?
Oh no, I should be on 6. I fudged it, don't worry.
Yeah,
so I was on 2 and then healed 4. I healed 2 extra HP for some reason.
Yep, okay.
Cheating so and so.
No, it's okay. I thought so, so he should be on 1 left now, yeah?
1 HP.
So he's got 1 left. I'll take the dodge in a second because he'll be coming out this way with thingy anyway. So yeah, I'm going to hit you again, and you're on 1 HP, so that's the influence there. Also I got the extra momentum from that. I'm tack 7 here because of the crowding out, so needing 2s this time.
Got him.
So again, it's a wrap. So I'll find a way of getting the. It's only a wrap by 1, but you've got 1 damage left. So, and all of my momentous results.
3 inches worth of dodges out of it, I think. So I've got influence, so I'm gonna have to use it. So Brisket is gonna charge at Big Bad Bear.
Yep.
Just that position there. She's got 5 attack pace, 4 on the
I've got tons of stuff here.
You have.
So what I'm going to do...
Go within an inch.
what do you knock down on?
Nothing. Veteran Brisket, she didn't knock down. She just shakes her bum.
She doesn't knock down?
Nope.
And what do you dodge? What are your dodges on?
She's got 1 inch dodges, but I'm after the momentum.
Have you got any weird sort of shenanigans, movement shenanigans that you can get away from?
No, she's only got balls gone. She can dodge out if I took the non-momentous result, but I'm after some momentum here, really.
Okay, well, I'll counter-attack. Because it sounds like there's nothing.
So, 2s, is he the bear?
No, he is...
2s and 1?
Oh, yeah, sorry, he's 2s with 1 armour.
Oh, my rolling is
And then
getting
1 armour
better.
comes off. So you got 6 hits there.
Which is a wrap. Which will be... Oh, it's tough hide, it's a pain in the neck, isn't it?
Yep.
3 momentous damage.
3 momentous damage down to 2.
And then you get your counter attack.
And then I get my counter attack. So my counter attack is going to be my full 7 dice here. 7. Let's see what we can get. Needing what?
4s with 1 armour.
4s with 1 armour. So 2 miss, 1 comes off with the armour. So I get 3 hits, which is enough to knock you down.
Can't use character plays when you're knocked down, can you?
I've got no idea.
We'll cut back in a second. And Brisket is in trouble for no reason because I have to spend my momentum to stand her up. And then spend 2, just a quick time Fillet.
So how much momentum have you got now?
Well, I've only got 1 to play with.
You've got 1 left.
So Fillet is just going to make a 2 inch quick time dodge. Just to that position there. And that's the end of Brisket's go.
That's the end of Brisket's go. So there you have it. It's back over to the butchers.
Hunters.
Hunters even. So next up is Skaatha. We'll spend 1 of our 4 momentum to heal, taking her back up to 13 health, like so. She's then going to generate a snowball with 1 influence, and then she's going to kick that snowball to Cena. She's got a kick of 4 and 6. So is it a success? Just. Thank you, Black Dice. And the momentum gain from that will immediately be used to make the bear dodge in, so he's 2 inches away, which will measure properly in a second, but we know it can do that. And then now that she's done that, she is then going to move up, all pre-measured of course. She set up a fast ground, behind her at the start, which means that she can just simply walk up into this position here, next to the wall. She's going to Blessing of the Moon Goddess on herself, why not? And then she is going to kick the ball to Ulfa. So she kicked the ball to Ulfa again, that kick of 4 and 6. Does he get it? He does get it. And going to spend that momentum generated with that ball to dodge with Mr. Ulfa, which we'll measure out now, and hand it back over to the butchers.
Quick one for Truffles, little truffle shuffle, just so he's in cover, just to that position there.
And that brings it back over to the hunters. I bet Hearn's just going to move up into a position where he is engaging as many of these butchers as he possibly can.
So Fillet's going to walk up just to base contact with the bear and spend 1 influence to take a swing at it.
What does she knock down on?
6 hits off her 8 attack.
Off her 8 attack. I am going to spend 1 to... am I? I don't really need to. And you're getting loads of momentum, probably wrapping. You got 3 lots of that.
Well, her playbook's only 7 long, so she's not going to get wrapped with your armour.
That's true. That's true. You got 4 imp on her, so you get 4 momentum most likely, but you are looking to 9 up a pain circle, which you'll generate off your playbook. Yep.
Yeah.
And is that momentous?
I'd have to throw the pain circle out. Blood Rain is momentous on 7 hits. So, not momentous on 4.
Okay, I'll counter.
Okay. So 8 attack, 2s and 1.
1 comes off, and then...
So,
there we go.
6 hits. Here's enough for a knockdown. Yeah, I'll take the knockdown.
So non-momentous knockdown?
Keep the bear quiet.
Absolutely. So the bear goes down.
Swing again. Get the bonus attack this time.
You absolutely do. So you get the extra dice.
2s and 1 again.
2s and 1.
Typically, as soon as you do that, you miss more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is going to be a... Oh, he's not within 3 inches of Hearn, is he? Is there a point in the Blood Rain? No, I'll take the Blood Rain, non-momentous. So it's 2 damage, which go down to 1.
So 1 damage on the bear.
And then a Bleeding Bear.
And a Bleeding Bear.
Swing again.
Yep. So that time you get the full playbook, 7 hits.
7. Is 4, which go up to 5, which go back down to 4 momentous damage. And 2 inches of dodges, but I'll take it in a set, but I'm just going to move out to an inch and then swing again.
Absolutely.
Once more. I think that's the same. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yep.
Which will be the 4 up to 5 down to 4. How much health does that mean?
So that's 8 damage that you've done so far.
And then the 1 for the Blood Rain as well.
Yep.
3 down to 1.
So 9 damage so far.
9 down to,
which means he's got 10 left.
I will. I'll use the legendary for the sake of using it, so an extra 3.
So an extra 3, so that'll take him down to 7.
And I'll do my dodge and we'll come back.
Absolutely. So it's over to Ulfa, and Ulfa, of course, he ignores the rough ground penalty. He's just going to be sprinting and where'd they going to get himself within 6 inches of the goal, but also in cover there. And just, sorry, Skaatha.
Skaatha's getting pounded into this.
Oh no. Well, you want to be careful when you say that on camera.
Well, it depends on your classy audience, that's it.
So it's there. I'm going to take a shot, which is going to cost a point of momentum. You're on 3 at the moment, aren't you?
Yeah, you could bonus time it to get him up to his 4.
Yeah, I think I am going to bonus time it.
Makes sense, because then you'd be on 10 points.
Absolutely, which puts me not a million miles away. So I'm bonus timing it, needing a single for a plus.
Success.
Is it Screamer? No, it's not, but it's a success. So I gain a point of momentum. Which I'll keep actually. I'm not going to do any dodges with that, and it is currently 10-1, so we're going to bounce up.
Yeah, James just jinxed me here saying this is going to go badly. Cheers, mate. Yeah, if I give it to Meat Hook that way, she's got to come back and fetch it, and basically if James wins the roll off, he's got the game here, and I've got to try and do something. So we're going to go straight ahead, maybe a little bit edged towards the Fillet way, just to kind of take the guesswork out of it, maybe.
Yep.
Going to go green direction, 5 and 4, so that is
towards Fillet.
Just to about the edge of that rough ground there, really, isn't it?
Certainly is.
And Meat Hook is last to go. So in the hope of this roll-off being won, Meat Hook is going to waddle away 8 inches because she's on fast ground into the middle of the pitch just to survey the carnage. And then roll off, mate.
Roll off. So you are currently on +2.
So 5.
Which means I need a 6 here.
Yeah.
So I need a 6. It's a hot piece. Give me 6. So you get to choose.
I will definitely go first.
You sure? Here we go. Allocation of influence, of course. It is the butcher's turn to go first. And what have you done?
Put 5 on Fillet on the hope of taking out the bear and either taking a shot on goal or maybe getting Brisket out of a bit of trouble. 2 on Meat Hook. She might actually do something, but I think the game will probably be over before we get to her. Nothing on Truffles, 1 on Boar and 1 on Ox, who's just returned at the back here. How about you, mate?
Fantastic. So put the dog back on at the back there. I need to push it where the cards are. But we've got 4 on Skaatha, we've got 4 on Ulfa over there, we've got 1 on the bear just in case, we've got 3 on her, nothing on Jacob this turn. So there we go. Let's go for the turn 4, wherever that massive counter is.
Yeah, we need the sound effect, come on.
Turn 4 with Giant Element Games dice. Turn 4, first turn activation for the butcher.
So Fillet is going to go first. She's got a 7-inch base move, so she's a ½ an inch away from the ball, so she's going to zigzag her way just to about that position there, just within an inch of the bear. Snapping the ball along the way. She is going to spend 1 to do a round of attacks on the knockdown beastie. So she's got 8 attack base, +1 because can't go any lower than 2.
Absolutely.
2s and 1.
So 2 come off and then another 1 for armour, which means
6
hits.
Is going to be 3 momentous damage, down to 2.
Down to 2. So Bear's got 2 left.
Swing again.
Yep.
Oh, that's a fair few 1s.
You got 4 1s that time.
That was, and then the 1, which is 4 hits.
4 hits.
Bear's got 2 left.
Bear's got 2 left.
Oh, momentous 2 down to 1.
So 1 damage.
Swing once more.
There we go. 2 1s again and then 1 off. So that time 6 results.
Yep, that'll be momentous 3 down to 2.
3, which you're going to kill the bear, so you get 2 momentum for that, so you're up to 4 momentum.
Comes with a 1-inch dodge.
Comes with a 1-inch dodge.
She's going to dodge out just to that position there.
With the ball.
She's going to spend 2 of the momentum I've gained to heal Brisket 4 HP.
Absolutely.
Brisket is a poorly little lady.
So she's up to 10 now?
Up to 10. And the question is now what to do with the ball, because we could have a shot on goal, but realistically that gives you
a win.
Stuff to play with. So I'm going to try and either kick it to Brisket or just keep hold of it with Fillet and chuck out a pain circle. So the problem is here, Hearn's being engaged by ball. They're engaging each other, aren't they?
Yep.
So realistically he can't walk over. So if I kick it to Brisket, I'm going to have to spend momentum to bonus time, whereas if I lob a pain circle out, it's a little bit less hassle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to chuck a pain circle at Skaatha.
Yep.
In the hope that it does something. So
you do need 5s.
2 dice. Oh. Do not get it.
Don't get it.
But I think it's probably a better idea for Fillet to keep hold of the ball for now, just to make you wander back up the pitch to fetch it. So 2 momentum net gain. Over to you, mate.
So it's Skaatha time. This could be the wrong decision because I do need the takeout as opposed to anything else.
But the goal might be the easier pathway.
The goal might be the easier pathway. We shall see. There is Veteran Ox down that end looking at Ulfa menacingly, which could be slightly worrying. But Skaatha is going to place the fast ground back behind herself like so, which enables her to walk up into this position 1 inch away from Fillet. At which point she's popping her legendary, which the enemy models within 6 inches are Brisket, Veteran Brisket, and also Fillet, like so.
That's the push dodge on a successful playbook result, isn't it? Yeah. So she should be able to slap and run away, hopefully.
Absolutely, that's what she's going for. So she is going to hit. What's her face?
Scoot her over to this little marker there.
Absolutely.
So your tackle's on 2 hits, isn't it? So
attack's on 2 hits.
Needing 5s.
Needing the 5s.
Gets it.
And we get it with a 2, so a bit risky. So we're going to take the tackle, and we're also going to do the push dodge. I'll work out where to push you in a second, but first of all we'll take the dodge up to there. We then generate a snowball. So we're going to generate that snowball, and we're going to kick the ball.
Momentum for that. So you might want to bonus time it, depending on who you're kicking it to, because Hearn is being engaged, so he will need 5s. He's been engaged by ball.
He's been engaged by ball. Yeah, I did get momentum for the tackle. So yeah, I will bonus time that. I generated a snowball. She's still got 1 on her. Generated a snowball, kicking the snowball, bonus timed to Hearn. Needing 5s, you say? Needing 5s.
She gets a 1.
Last dice that I saw.
And then 4-inch dodge.
4-inch dodge.
Zoop. Just
takes her up into that position up there.
I'll clear the mess of tokens away.
And then she's going to kick that ball up towards Ulfa with her last one. Not quite in range to kick it to him, unfortunately.
See if it's a success first.
It's a success.
It is a screamer of a success.
Screamer of a success.
So, which direction?
It's going to go in the
6. You might want to re-roll that. 5 inches, it'll go well wide that way.
So I will do. So we're going to re-roll that. It's going to go in the
6, please. 2, better. 5 inches. That might be a little bit wide. In the 2, 5 inches is along that pathway.
That path.
Just there.
So up into that position up there. And there we go. That finishes Skaatha's shenanigans. So it's going to go back to the butchers.
Right, in many respects it's make or break here with Ox and his 1 influence. So he's going to move just with his 5-inch move to this position here and snap the ball. He's then only got 1 on him, so he's going to punt the ball in this direction, just trying to keep it annoying for Ulfa, really. So he's got a 3 dice kick, which has failed, of course it has. Where's the scatter? So green is going to be direction. We want the red dice to be high, we want the green dice to be whatever. 5 and 3, that might be fluffy enough, and then the middle there. Oh, it's not fantastic. And then he'll spend 1 just to heal himself 4 HP. Can all forget it.
Wow. It's to win the game, so I think I've got to go for it. I've not even looked at any other options, to be honest, because
lamenting that kick, lamenting it.
In 1 hour, I am running a fitness class as well. So let's see if we can do this. It's been a great game. We've got a where they go. We then got a sprint
Of 7.
A 7, which allows us to come round into that position, snapping the ball. We're 6 away. We spend 1 to shoot. We've only got 1 momentum, so we can't bonus time it. Let's do this.
He's
Screamer to win the game. Thank you so much.
Great game.
That was a very interesting game. So a 12-3 victory to the Hunters in the end, which I'm a little bit surprised about. So let's go into our post-game show, our post-match report discussion, and let's see what we thought about that game. So Hunters victory. There we go. What a game, though. That was great. I really enjoyed that.
I'm getting hammered by the Hunters.
Sweet revenge. Sweet revenge.
Rubber match now. We need to have a decider.
Absolutely, because you beat the Alchemists.
Not in an honourable way.
Well, away is away. I mean, let's talk about that game. So, and let's also talk about the matchup. So, Butchers versus Hunters. Immediately with the Hunters in terms of the team. I mean, I know that you brought players purely because, I mean, I know you use a lot of them anyway, but really purely because I want to learn that Ox, that Brisket, and those ones.
I'm not sure if any of them were good demos of their actions, but they came along for the ride.
Yeah, I mean, I think the issue is that I was very denial.
The first 2 turns were a write-off for me as a Butchers player. You did this with the Alchemists last time, though. The Butchers without momentum, I think I said it last time, Butchers without momentum are not Butchers, and I think, from Boar's kick-off right from the start, I think that probably spelled issues, but I really struggled to get stuck in. By the time I got stuck in on that turn, that final turn, there was damage to be had, but even by that stage, you were just chasing 2 points rather than the 4.
Absolutely. I mean, I was looking and I was thinking, in terms of range, we've got a lot of things that Hunters are pretty delicate. So really, it had to be kind of being able to dodge out. I knew that I was probably going to have to at least get 2 goals. I thought I might get 2 kills versus Butchers, to be honest. I thought I might get 2 kills. I wasn't really going for the kind of
footballing side too much.
Yeah, I wasn't going for the kind of the 2 bear kills, a kill and a goal. I thought it was definitely going to come from scoring. But the setup, you actually set up quite far to the side. You got Boar to kick out, and I think I quickly realised that Boar was a big part of your plan.
That is the first time I've ever tried that, and it didn't work. But it's because of the dog. If it would have been a fair bit of damage to end the turn. I usually have standard Fillet missile at the start, but mixing it up with Boar, going up, he just takes the pressure off for a little bit.
Now, one thing I would like to point out is that usually on like a match report-ish kind of scenario, like especially things like unpredictable movement and the like, you tend to warn each other.
Yeah.
But the reason I didn't in that occasion...
It wouldn't have mattered anywhere, no matter what I did.
Exactly. So all of your options really, if you'd have come through the trap, you couldn't get into base to base. It wasn't like you could get into base to base. That's what happened. And also, it gave an opportunity to show off why the hell you bring the Wolf in the first place. Who I actually think was so important in the early.
I had to kill him. That was it. He was such a pain.
He was so important in the early game in terms of everything of mine was just within your like your damagey bit. So you really had to come into the bear pit.
Well, that's what it was, wasn't it? You pulled right back in, and very few teams can literally just sit there and let the Butchers come onto them. But I think we said it in our match, but the Hunters have got so much indirect interrupting movement with dodges and where did they goes and Skaatha's legendary that you can't rely that they're going to be where they are. And even with the snowball, you can't rely that there's my target, I'm going to hit them. They're gone the next activation. It's a real pain.
Which is how they're supposed to be. Yeah. And I know that the Hunters get hit on a lot, and I can understand because there are some times where you feel a little bit without. Yeah. I think that's the way of saying it, because sometimes you think, well, I'm not going to out football this team, but I can't out damage them.
You look at the shiny toys on the other team and want them.
Absolutely, Butcher's a good example. Butchers can play football.
Yeah,
Butchers can play football.
Not
really.
You're
not going to, although they're delicate, you're not going to out kill that Butcher's team. So you have to play the footballing game, which is dangerous because Brisket's possibly the best footballer, or one of the best footballers on that pitch by a mile. So I think that's where the Hunters are. But I hope what you saw there, I hope it's not me being arrogant, but that's how they're supposed to play.
A little bit of damage, run away. Little bit of status, dodge, little bit of football out the way, and that's exactly how they're supposed to be.
I think one of the things that helped me as well, although there was a couple of players that I'm not really massively used to, just being aware of what Fillet does, even though she's changed a bit, being aware of Boar, keeping him pinned down or just out of range.
Knowing the rough ranges of them and that. Tell you what, I'm so done with Mia. I can never...
She didn't do anything for you in that
game. But I didn't put enough on her to really do much, but I just never feel the need to allocate to her. it's just Tenderizer is my new favourite thing.
I love Tenderizer,
and he's great. And I don't know, goalie in that game. I just don't really like a goalie that much. You know, it could.
I think a goalie in season 3, especially one like Tenderizer, is massively. You know, it's definitely more of a goal scoring game now.
Yeah.
Definitely more. So I actually think Tenderizer, and it's another 2-inch melee for you. 2-inch melee is so great. Perhaps not as much in that matchup as you say, because of the snowball, because of where it goes, because of those types of things. I mean, who would you give man of the match to in that? Because I'm in a predicament where I think
the dog was great.
The dog, just from a positioning point of view in the early game, kind of allowed everything else to happen. Like, you had to kind of come in, but couldn't do anything. So you couldn't generate momentum.
I think on your match of the day highlights, Ulfra is going to get the star heading for his goals and that. But I think it's the dog and Jakar just stodging up the back.
Jakar played defensive midfield role there, like just stopping ball from doing anything. You know, and
then dodging away, coming get me, and then I'll push.
He got a kill as well.
Yeah.
You know. I'm really curious. Get in the comments below. We never get you guys to actually, you know, say who do you think the man of the match is. But I'd be really interested to hear from you guys out there. Who was the man of the match in that Hunters team? Because
it's very different from our perspectives when we're playing about who we're valuing for stodging things up compared to actually what they do on the pitch. We'll forget the dice rolls by the next activation of what someone did, but
absolutely, because in that game, it actually, what's quite interesting is Skaatha, compared to maybe my other games with the Hunters, I didn't necessarily feel like what she did was
outstanding.
Was exactly,
just
but actually, if you think about the little things that she did and when, that, you know, those things, you know, won the game.
I think the man of the match was Truffles, so I don't care.
Thanks for showing me how to play that guy.
Yeah. Or Salt. Salt is the man of the match at all times.
I just think we're going to have to come over to TNG and we're going to have to do our rubber match over there. If you guys haven't already subscribed to TNG Productions, I highly recommend it. Great guys, I'm not just saying that because they're here, but really, really top blokes who make brilliant content. And remember, this is also a competition video, so if you do comment below and you do get involved in a conversation about who was the man of the match and what you thought of the game and the like, you're automatically going to go into the draw to perhaps win a place at the Global British Championships Element Games this August 12th and 13th.
Fight me for the wooden spoon.
Well, don't worry if you've already got a ticket, because we'll sort it out for you and we'll make sure that you get that cost refunded. I'm pretty sure that that's absolutely doable. So do get involved in that, and of course we do have other competitions this August as well. We had a great game.
Great game. Always good to catch up.
Absolutely. Hope you guys out there are having a good game. We look forward to welcoming you back to Season 3 Guild Ball very soon.